And we're live.
Well, it's a little quick on the draw.
My bad. You should sit down for a second. And we're live.
And we're live. Take 2. Episode 1.1.
Yeah.
1.5.
Now I think we decided, or you just decided, we're just
I
talking.
know, would you
We're
rather?
going to start with a would you rather every time.
Yeah, my would you rather, which I've asked many people, is, and they almost always switch after I convince them to switch.
Oh, okay.
But, so the would you rather is, would you rather have to wear a hat for the rest of your life
Okay.
or 2 left shoes for the rest of your life? You could only ever wear 2 left shoes.
Just me though. Like
What?
Well, because I'm good with wearing a hat. Bald. So I pretty much wear a hat every
Cowboy
day
hat.
anyway.
Sorry, cowboy hat.
Oh, brutal.
Cowboy hat.
2 left shoes.
2 left shoes?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? So you like I said, you did switch.
Oh, if it has to be a cowboy hat,
You
yeah, I did
switched.
switch.
Like I said, everybody switches.
Yeah.
But most people switch after I convinced them to switch. You just were like, oh, it's a cowboy hat. And then,
What would you
but
say?
left shoes for sure.
Yeah.
It's not a contest. It's weird when people would say you have to wear a cowboy hat.
No,
but
for sure.
so usually people are like, oh, cowboy hat. And I'm like, well, you would have to wear it like in the shower, while you're having sex, while you're going to bed.
Oh, everything.
You're at your
Oh.
wedding day, and you have to wear.
You just need to tell me cowboy hat.
Yeah.
If I could just wear whatever hat
I also
want.
think it's obvious because you're like 2 left shoes. My foot would just go over time. It would just shift left.
And it's less noticeable.
Yeah.
It's not like,
it doesn't
oh,
really
he's
affect,
wearing
like,
his cowboy hat again.
You're like, you're like,
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, there's
I
something
guess.
wrong with this guy.
And if it's 2 left shoes,
Your job interview? Everyone calls you Tex. Oh, it's the worst. 2 left
Oh,
shoes,
man.
and nobody notices. I think after like a month, you wouldn't notice either.
No.
Your life would just be the same again.
but if I had to wear a cowboy hat every day, I'd notice every day,
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah.
What if you could choose whatever hat you want? What if you could choose a different hat
Well,
every
then
day?
you just get like a yarmulke or something, you know.
That's what I mean. You
Just
do
some
every
tiny nobody notices. Covers the bald spot. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would probably go with that.
Yeah. There's something smart in the yarmulke. 'Cause
It's genius.
yeah. They don't have
But
to.
no, but I
They
heard
don't
that
have
has
to
to
do
clip to
anything.
your head.
Exactly. It's even smarter. It's very efficient, you know. It's just a very modest little hat. You know, nothing obnoxious about it. Just a little tiny hat. We're not gonna do a lot.
You know what-
religion. Just a little hat. That's it. You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
really
gonna
know
think-
much about Judaism?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know why they wear that?
No, I have no idea. It's for something to do with religion, but it's kind of like, do you know why they eat, like, I guess I was going to say, you know why they eat a cracker, but I do know why they eat a cracker.
Yeah, that's what's good. I know some things
Yeah.
why Christians do some crazy shit. My parents were crazy Christians. Still crazy Christians.
Yeah.
I know why they do all
What
this
kind of Christian?
shit. Pentecostal.
Pentecostal. What is a Pentecostal Christian?
Like an evangelical. Like TV evangelical? My
Yeah,
parents
but
used to
what's the
watch it.
difference? Because there is evangelicals. What's a Pentecostal?
Okay, so one thing that the Pentecostals are known for is doing the speaking in tongues shit.
Okay.
So they do the whole shamalama, like the language of the angels. I see
Yeah.
my parents do that, like
Yeah.
a bunch of times.
Okay, you
I've been to an
set this
exorcism. I've been to an exorcism.
Scenario.
Oh,
Come
okay.
in the
So,
scenario. You walking in.
so you're all so. Oh no! I remember being at like a Bible study when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
they'd all be like praying and having their hands on each other, and then all of a sudden my mom would be like, like speaking
And
like
does she
angels.
think it's
No,
God
you
talking to
have
her?
to. No, you have to know deep down that she knows that she's just making that shit up.
Right, but here so sometimes when you do poetry,
Yeah.
and you just let it go, right?
Well, maybe
And you feel like
you're in the moment.
yeah, but you feel like almost like you're not really doing it yourself. It's just flowing. You know, there's like something like the pre-Socratics or the Greeks called it the muse. You know, like there's something coming through you.
Right,
it's
right,
coming
right.
from something else. So
Oh,
I
maybe.
can see them thinking,
They're doing it.
yeah, they're not. It's not quite them, and though it is.
Oh yeah. And another thing that's
It's not
about
like you let your subconscious take over, and then it kind of feels like somebody else.
they played like rock music instead of like hymns and shit. So they had a whole band with
Rock
guitars and
music,
shit.
hey?
Yeah, they did
Oh.
yeah. It wasn't very like
Modern evangelical.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a little crazy, man. I went to an exorcism when I was 8
Mm-hmm.
and watched like this guy like take demons out of people.
Did it work?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember sitting there being like, this can't be real. my parents being like, "Oh my god," because
Yeah.
it was this guy
Yeah.
who was invited, and he did like 4 people in the audience.
Yeah.
And the 4 people in the audience were like clearly like part of the show.
Yeah.
But,
Well, it's kind of probably something like hypnotism. You know, like
I think the TV
it's like,
evangelical
because I think with hypnotism you have to on some level believe it,
Yeah.
or something.
No, these were very clearly had to be part of the show.
I've seen you be hypnotized.
Yeah, I was.
You
Yeah.
and Johnny in K Days, right?
Did Johnny? Oh yeah, Johnny.
I think
did,
so.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't remember
I went
which-
up a couple
yeah.
times. I remember I went up and a guy made me do everything.
Did it work? What did you do? Or what was going through your mind at the time?
What was going through my mind? It was more like it wasn't what I thought. It was like I was so relaxed
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't care what he told me to do. Like if I really thought about it, I knew
That you could stop doing it?
I could. I get like that's easy to say like you would stop
Yeah.
doing it, but would I? I don't know if I would have stopped
Because you didn't.
because I didn't exactly.
So you felt
But
like
he
you
made
could.
me like I remember him like giving me a baby, and he said I'm gonna come around every time I hit it. You're gonna get upset because you're gonna think it's
Yeah.
your baby. And I
It's
know,
interesting.
and I
I
know
was,
it's
I was
not
there,
a
but I
real
don't
baby.
remember any of it.
You remember I gave like a lap dance to people in the audience.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I had it on tape. That's how I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember things? Is that when you're hypnotized? Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it like you're in like a state?
No. I think unless I wasn't fully hypnotized, I don't know. But I just remember being so relaxed that whatever he told me I was gonna do.
Right.
It was more like power of suggestion.
Yeah.
He has you so calm and relaxed that
Right.
you're just gonna do.
And you don't really think about like how
Not
silly you'll
doing it.
look.
Yeah,
or-
you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just. It's like you just get really drunk.
Yeah. It wasn't like I was like. I was aware I was on stage.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the feeling?
Yeah.
Like, did you feel like you felt different?
The one thing so I was skeptical to think I was really hypnotized when I was done because
Yeah.
I thought you're not supposed to remember, and I remembered everything. But he did say when you go home, you're gonna have the best sleep of your life, and I remember having like the best sleep of my life.
Just shot up in the morning?
Yeah, I just remember that it was like, holy shit, that was a great sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't know if that's just me being like, he told me I was gonna have one, so I
Yeah.
did. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of. Isn't
No,
that,
but
is
I
that
mean,
what every
I
part of
said
it
that
was?
wrong. I said that wrong.
Isn't
And
that
then
what
like
everything
I
that
convinced
happens?
myself
Yeah.
which one. That's what I meant.
Yeah. But it's kind of like.
But I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If I'm
what's that?
convinced, then it's.
Then he convinced you.
Yeah.
It still sounds like hypnotism.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a guy at Joe Rogan's podcast that was.
Darren Brown.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Yeah.
I never listened to it.
Yeah, he has this really cool. That's the only thing I really remember that he's got tons of shows and stuff.
I've seen his 2 shows on Netflix.
But he has this weird thing where he's telling a story and he's like, yeah, one time I was in Vegas and these guys were trying to jump me, and it's like how you can just mess up someone's train of thought, or like they have certain like paths they're going down, like their mind's going down,
Yeah.
where like I do this is supposed to happen, I do this is supposed to happen. Everyone does it. They have sequences.
Right.
And so when he's like, some guy's like, give me all your money, I'm gonna beat the shit, or I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And he's like, yeah, I think my fence is like 3 or 4 feet high, and I could probably get it up to 6 without. And the guy's just like, and just walked away. Like he just kind of like shut down his processing. Like he
Just by saying that?
yeah, because it's just something that was so out of the left field that his brain just
The
shut
guy
down.
like was like, oh, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
That's really smart.
and that stuck with me. It was a weird thing.
I didn't listen to the podcast. I wanted to because I've seen his. Have you seen his stuff on Netflix?
Yeah, well, he's got. I've watched some stuff where he did like pranks, kind of.
Well, I watched one where he convinced somebody to.
Yeah, that's what
Kill
I'm calling,
somebody?
I'm calling them pranks. 'Cause
Oh,
they're kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of a prank,
Yeah.
right? But
But it's
they're like
it's
thought
kinda weird.
experiments or mind experiments.
Yeah. See
Yeah.
if people would react
Yeah.
to things. But speaking of Netflix, you saw the Dave Chappelle thing, obviously.
Yeah.
We were talking about
Yeah.
that. And
I actually didn't watch all of it, so I had some interesting stuff because so there's a big reaction to the Dave Chappelle thing, and then I read an article. Well, not articles, Facebook posts. It's today's
It's
article.
the same thing.
Today's article.
Yeah.
But it was long. It was a
Right.
long form
So it's an
post.
article,
So it was an
yeah.
article posted on Facebook. But this guy was writing about how Dave Chappelle in his last stand-up special had a bit where the punchline is, so I raped them.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And do you know what the follow-up bit is?
No.
So,
I think of that.
so it's probably one of his most famous bits from that series, or that sound special. But the bit is, so he was at a party with some Hollywood execs when he's younger.
Okay.
Right? And his first time talking to some Hollywood execs, and they're like, "Oh, I've seen your show. Like, pitch me a show." And he didn't have any ideas, so he just randomly off the top of his head thought of a show. And he's like, "Okay, so I got this superhero, but the only way he gets his powers is he has to molest a woman." So he goes in like this burning building, and he's like, "Oh, quick, somebody, let me touch your vagina. Let me touch
Sounds familiar.
let me pat your vagina."
Yeah.
And so then the crowd groans, like audibly groans. Like,
Right.
Oh, he's like, I know, that's the dilemma.
Right.
He saves, but he also rapes.
I remember this
And he-
joke.
And he saves way more than he rapes,
Right.
but he does rape.
Right.
And that's the dilemma, right?
Right.
So that's the bit. That's
Right.
the joke.
Right.
And it became very famous. He saves more than he rapes,
Right.
but he does rape.
But he does rape. Yeah.
That's the bit,
Right.
right? But the guy turned that bit, who wrote this article, because he's being mad about this most recent,
Right.
into his punchline was only, so he rapes them. Oh, because I actually missed the punchline when I was telling the story.
Oh.
Because he goes, please, somebody let me.
And they didn't let him.
And nobody lets them,
So he rapes them.
so he rapes them.
Yeah.
And then they groan.
Right.
And then the audience groans.
Right.
That's not
I remember this.
That's not the punchline.
Right.
I mean, I guess in some ways it's punchline because he pauses and he waits, right?
Right.
But it's not really it's not really the meat of the joke.
Right.
Right. It's interesting because taking all that context away. Because one, he's saying yes, that's the dilemma.
Yeah.
He's knowingly admitting yes, it's
Yeah.
bad, but he saves more than he rapes.
Yeah.
Right. And he's admitting, yeah, it's bad that he does that, but he saves more. And really, the heart of the joke and why it's such a good joke, because at the time, Bill Cosby was in the news for
Oh yeah.
raping women. So that's the heart of the joke: is that Bill Cosby is a hero of many people.
Right.
But he
But he
does
raped.
rape.
Yeah.
Right? So what Dave Chappelle is doing
Literally genius.
is so genius.
Yeah.
What he's doing is he's publicly grappling with the fact that a hero of his
Right.
has just been exposed for raping women.
Right.
And what do you do with that fact? Like
Yeah.
the historical base that he did do a lot for you personally
Right.
through comedy.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away,
Yeah, I can't.
right?
Especially now who he is.
Exactly. So he has saved.
Right.
Now, where I think it gets into a little touchy territories, saying he saved more than he raped. I don't know. I don't think it's meant to be taken literally.
Yeah.
I don't think it's meant to be that
Right,
was meant to
right.
be taken literally as Bill Cosby, as statement of Bill Cosby.
Right.
But what he's doing is a genius joke that has a lot to say about what do you do when somebody you love
Right.
turns out to be a horrible person.
Right.
There's some kind of mental grappling that you have to do, and that's an interesting idea.
That's the genius of comedy right now.
Right.
Genius of comedy right now.
Right, and that's interesting to me, and that's I think a deep level joke, and to be summed up with just so his punchline is so he rapes them, and that's all it is.
That's
and I think that's the
deep.
next line that was in the article, and that's all there is.
Right.
And I was like, that is such a bad misrepresentation of that joke. That is not all there was. That is actually a multi-layered, very good joke.
It's a very
That has a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, did you read the reviews on his latest special?
Yeah, he got lambasted pretty bad, right? Like,
Like-
Netflix closed him out, and he was getting like.
It was
Really
like
bad ratings.
Rotten Tomatoes was like
Well, Rotten Tomatoes on Netflix.
was like 18% from viewers or from critics.
Yeah.
99% from
Yeah.
viewers.
Yeah. I watched maybe like 30 minutes of it. I don't know what I stopped, but
Did you see the abortion one? It's the most famous one.
it's funny.
Fucking genius.
I might have.
So he was like, it's how he sets it up. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna butcher it, but I'll give you the essay. So he was like, listen, I'm pro-choice, pretty much.
Mhm.
Guys, if you have a dick on this one,
Shut up.
shut up.
I did see it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember again. I don't remember what he said that.
Okay, so,
as you said it, I remember it.
Yeah, so
I just think you should shut up or something like that. Or does he say
or
shut
just
up?
shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
This is like their choice. They got to deal with it. Shut the fuck up on this one.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I also feel
Oh, if you.
I shouldn't have to pay for it if you
yeah,
choose it.
Yeah.
If you can
It's
kill
weird, I
him,
remember it as right before you say it. I
Yeah.
remember what it is.
the line was, if you can kill a motherfucker, I should be able to at least abandon him.
Yeah.
And then he had some jokes on transsexuals that people really didn't like. The one about them in the car together, like with gays and lesbians and bisexuals, and then the transsexuals there slowing down the car where they're trying to get somewhere, and they were slowing it down.
Right. That sounds like a good bit.
It's a very good bit, but
I don't know why. I think what happened is I'm still watching it like 30 minutes in, and then I'm reading comments about it, and then I read that comment about that's all that bit is, and I remember loving that special. And so I think I read that's all there is, and I was like, I don't think that's all there is. And I went back and rewatched it, and so I cut my watching in half after. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Or like I stopped it at some point.
Gotta finish it.
Because I'm wondering why did I not finish it? Because it was good.
It was such a genius special, and it's so sad that we're at the.
How old is Dave Chappelle?
Like 40 something.
40 something?
Yeah.
Where did he get jacked?
I don't know if he got jacked. I think he got fat.
No, he got jacked. He got jacked.
He's big now.
No,
I can't tell.
I remember there was some.
He maybe was jacked.
He was wearing like coveralls and like just coveralls, no arms, and like
after
like no shirt underneath. And he was just like.
He came back from
guns.
Didn't he like go off to Africa after he left his show?
Yeah, there's something where he resurfaced and he was jacked.
Oh, he's jacked. Yeah.
And I was like, he's for sure juicing.
But
when you get that rich, I think you juice.
You should.
You should, because you get a doctor supervised.
Try that shit
In the US, you can get doctor supervised juicing, which is great.
Yeah.
No, they do
you
tests
have professional
all the time.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Check your levels all the time.
Yeah, well, because I know there's been like diminishing returns if you go overboard. But like if you do like Joe Rogan where you're just keeping money, he's probably going overboard too. But if you do like
as you age, it's pretty hard not to go overboard.
Well, yeah, but that's why they do TRT, right? When you're 50 or 60, because you're just trying to get your levels to like preteen boy levels.
Right.
And these used to be okay. Be jacked still.
Yeah. I've never done it. Clearly.
I'm just waiting. Waiting for somebody to offer.
Well, I guess we could go into the Shane Gillis thing.
Yeah.
Now.
So I bet you have a competing view of this.
I had a feeling you would.
I have a competing view. Okay, because as far as I know, the podcast he got roasted over was not very old. No. And his joke was not very funny. I think that's not debatable. It's a bad joke.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was not really any joke.
Not a bad joke.
I think in context, he was doing a racist person in the 20s saying a racial slur towards Asians because they were like, oh yeah, just throw them in that building.
Yes.
Because they were wondering how do Chinatowns pop up.
Yes.
Now, the reason I think this is not a controversial issue.
Right.
It's a job application. He's not hired yet. They're just choosing not to. I mean, he was hired.
Yeah, he was hired.
But still, like, he's not
newly hired.
Yeah. And he was hired on reputation. Was he not? Right?
Yeah.
So he's for sure hired on reputation. There's no doubt about that. But your comedic reputation is what got you hired.
Right, but
now your comedic reputation is based off a joke that was in poor taste and not particularly funny. That's a mark on your comedic record.
What you're honest? What do you honestly believe he was fired because of a bad taste? It was a bad joke, or because of a backlash of the joke?
A backlash of a bad joke. But
no.
It's backlash of a bad joke.
I don't think it has anything to do with bad jokes.
Look
at the backlash Dave Chappelle got.
So
he's not Dave Chappelle, so he's not going to survive this.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle made good jokes, though.
He made good jokes, but he got backlash over it.
Yeah. So he made okay. So he made a bad joke. So this is just
it was a bad joke.
It's a cumulative of things.
Right.
And he made bad choices as a comedic choices.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is he's hired on these factors. It doesn't matter why he was fired.
Sure.
It matters. Do I think it's okay to fire him?
Right.
I think yes. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's like they're just choosing not to associate with someone who made a bad joke that got backlash.
Okay, I disagree.
Now the hard thing with comedians is you're testing out good jokes, right? Bad and good jokes.
Every single joke probably
is tested. Yeah, at some point.
Yes.
A lot of comedians. It's the same thing as like writing a first draft of a short story. I don't want anyone to see it.
Right.
And they have to do this in front of people.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't testing out material to me. He was just having a conversation on a podcast that was in particularly bad taste.
Sure.
But trying to be funny.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
Riffing.
Sure.
But I still think I'm okay with the choice Now, do I think he deserved the backlash? Not really. But
But see, so this is my take on it. This is my take on it. Like, I think we agree more than we disagree.
right.
I don't think SNL should be forced to keep him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
If they decide to fire him, that's on
That's
them.
what I think. It's a private corporation. He made a comedic bad choice.
Sure.
And he got fired for it.
But, and comedians have said this,
Mm-hmm.
that what's happening now is if you can't be a comedian
Mm-hmm.
and be able to walk on a line to try to be funny anymore. Because to me, SNL
See,
fired
let
him.
me just break it down.
Sure.
He can be a comedian, and he still is a comedian. That's the perfect thing about being a comedian. I think comedians get a little bit too worked up about, oh, I can't be a comedian. It's like, well, that's pretty easy to be a comedian still. You can still go out and do shows. You got fired from one job.
Sure.
You perfectly- I don't know any comedians who are being held back from doing stand up.
Big comedians are. There's people you can't touch. Dave Chappelle. You can't touch Bill Burr. There's people you can't touch. Like, they're just too big. They're gonna go do their shows. But a guy who's starting out.
But do you think a Shane Gillis is going to be hurt doing stand up?
I think.
That's what I'm saying. He got fired from a job, a very specific job, and I'm
Right.
okay with that. Now,
No, but you don't think he lost opportunity? Like, people are gonna know who he is because he's on
you're
SNL.
allowed to lose opportunity by making bad choices.
Okay,
That's okay.
okay, but what I'm saying is
It's not like a
If-
corporate
if-
world
if-
where he has one choice, one job, and now he can no longer get a
I know,
job.
but I think you're getting stuck more on him making a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
He made a bad choice.
Mhm.
Comedians do that all the time.
For sure.
He got.
In fact, it's in their
to
job.
me, he got.
It's in
yeah.
their resume. They have
To
to
me,
make
he
bad
got
choices.
fired
Mhm.
because there's this new cancel culture thing. And
Yeah.
what I feel like comedians are upset about is that they feel like
They feel they're
you should be SNL should stand by their comedians because this is the thing. If you look back,
Well, here's
this is not a new thing for him.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
talks like this before. When they hired him, they
No.
knew he does this. He has said jokes like this before.
Yeah. Well, I wonder. So I probably have a different opinion if he had worked there for any length of time.
Right.
I think I would have a different opinion because I think what you said is yes, SNL should stand behind the comedians,
Sure.
and I would agree with that.
Sure.
But to me, they haven't hired him yet, and I think it's from a business standpoint. I think it makes sense.
I don't think so.
I think it makes sense.
I don't think they would have lost a lot of things. I think most people are a lot more forgiving than people give credit for.
To me, I do doubt that they would have lost anyone. But I think from you're just balancing risk versus reward.
But that's what I'm saying. I think these corporations think there's more risk than there are.
Yeah.
Like this is
But
not a
no,
loud group of people.
No, but I think you're. So now you're agreeing with me. It doesn't really matter. There is no risk. He lost an SNL job, but
Sure.
if anything, he's more famous now than he's ever been. Because
Sure.
of this, because what there is right now is an interesting thing. Yes, there's cancel culture. There's also anti-cancel culture.
Yes, I agree with you.
And there are a lot of comedians who are
Andrew Schultz.
making a living off their anti-cancel
100%,
culture.
100%.
Yeah.
And if that's the road he goes, that's fine. But let's just say I wanted to have the SNL job and I lost it for a reason that, like, to me, he lost his job
Mhm.
because there was an outrage that he had racist comments.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he lost his job,
Mhm.
not because he made a bad joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting really sick and tired of people, especially with comedians. You're layering intent on top of
Yeah.
things you say.
I agree with that for
and
sure.
comedian, like it's just
I think we've lost the picture somewhat with
right, and it's
With-
just
things are racist. They're not like you just are racist by doing something rather than
Right.
you don't look at the nuance or the intent behind it.
intention. Being racist, it's all intent.
Yeah, I would think it is.
It's all intent. You can't do something racist if you didn't have a racist intent. You could do something
Yeah.
ignorant,
Yeah,
but
right. Which doesn't make you a bad person.
yeah, it's
Makes
just
you
it makes you stupid.
Ignorant.
Yeah,
Not
ignorant.
even
But
stupid.
but
There's a slightly different definition of ignorance. You just don't know.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're just
Which is you're ignorant of many different things. So am I.
Right.
Everyone is. Everyone
Right.
has blind spots.
right.
It does not make you a bad person.
Right, and to me it was, it's not that SNL got rid of him; it's that why they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I feel like they got rid of him because they bowed to this cancel culture thing.
Yeah.
That's what upsets me.
Yeah.
You're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I just feel like you let him go because it's not. This is not. He's done jokes like this before.
Yeah. See, I found some way to be arrogantly in the middle.
Right. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Where-
That should be the name of our podcast. That's a great name.
Where I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
The left side kind of annoying, but the right side anti-cancel culture also annoying.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm arrogantly in the middle.
Oh man.
Because I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. It is annoying they did that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's also annoying that you guys are freaking out over it.
No, just to quickly on that note,
Yeah.
to go back to the Chappelle thing.
Yeah.
What annoyed the shit out of me more than the crazy left that was attacking him
Yeah.
was all of a sudden all these conservatives were like, "What a genius special that was!" Who never thought he was funny when he was making anti-Bush jokes.
Yeah.
But now he's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Because he made anti-left jokes.
Well, 'cause-
Go get fucked.
But you know what Chappelle is? Chappelle's arrogantly in the middle.
Exactly. I feel like we need to change our podcast.
Yeah.
That's
Arrogantly in the middle. That's not bad.
no. Like I think
I'm willing to change names.
I'm going to change the name to that
First
actually too.
episode.
That's a genius.
Yeah.
First episode, this is our new podcast, Arrogantly in the Middle.
Yeah. First episode, new name.
But yeah, I definitely think we agree more on that topic than we disagree. I just think I
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
If he had been on the show for any length of time,
Yeah.
but I think it makes sense for a company just like, nah, don't want to deal with that.
Sure, but
That's all it is. Nah, I don't
sure,
need it.
but yeah,
I think
agree.
But I think that's why it's arrogantly in the middle, because I think neither side is really right. It didn't really do that much wrong,
Sure.
but it's not really that big a deal if we let him go.
No,
But-
sure.
but
Like you said, he's probably he's gonna be famous over it.
Yeah, I think he probably was he gonna be an actor or a writer?
I thought he was gonna be an actor.
Okay, if he was gonna be an actor, then he would have got something. But still, I know Shane Gillis more than I know maybe half the cast of SNL.
I didn't know who Shane Gillis was until this.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
yeah.
So I
No,
know him,
100%.
and I will know him more probably. I won't go
100%.
watch SNL. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
To me, it's mostly not about Shane Gillis. It's mostly about what happened.
I know, but what I'm saying here is that the left makes a really big deal out of that.
Right.
Then there's this anti. This is a really big deal. He was let go.
Right.
Everything's wrong. The left's taking over.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is like, not that big a deal.
Maybe in the middle.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Like, he's still famous. He's doing some good jobs. He's probably more famous.
No, that's fair.
Not
That's
that big a
fair. And we probably agree on that mostly. I just
Did you
was
see,
like,
you know, who made him famous? More famous than who ever thought he'd be? The left.
yeah, which is hilarious.
Right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The ironic part
I bet
about
you-
cancel culture is you're making these people more famous.
Because of the anti-cancel culture, right? So,
Yeah.
so it's like there's a reaction where people are
Yeah.
like you said, conservatives with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, a genius!
What a
genius!
genius.
What a
Yeah,
genius!
yeah.
Because they're anti-left.
Yeah, you only like it because
Yeah.
it was anti-left.
Yeah. So it's like this like.
Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying.
So I want to be right here.
When I heard who was it, Ben Shapiro, he was
Yeah.
like, Dave Chappelle's latest special, genius. Go get fucked, man.
Yeah. Oh.
He's genius now. He's been genius forever when he was anti-Bush.
Yeah.
And you fucking didn't
Who
think he
did
was
you
fucking
say was the new Christopher Hitchens?
Oh, Douglas Murray.
Douglas Murray.
You gotta listen to this guy.
I just think some of Douglas Murray.
Oh
I
my
know who he
god,
is.
he's so like. I'm not. And honestly, I was like.
Yeah, because I don't know how well you know Christopher Hitchens. So I
No.
big
I
claim.
wasn't like. Obviously, I was like. It was a little
Yeah.
hyperbolic, but
Yeah.
I was just making the point of like how refreshing and like witty.
Right. He's got style.
Yes, that's what I meant. Like it's almost like poetic when he talks. That's what I looked at Chris Richards. He was so poetic. He could turn a room to the way he wanted
Did
it.
you watch the video I posted with those? He's at a round table.
Your headline. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it, but where he turned the audience towards him.
Yeah, so this is like '90s, so he would have been pretty far left. So he grew up as like a communist,
Communist, yeah.
pretty far left communist. He went to Cuba and helped them,
Right.
I think, build schools or some shit. So he's still kind of like he's still had some machismo. What's the word? Machismo.
Let's check if that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some machismo.
Yeah.
Chismo.
That's the
So like I don't know. It's still good.
Good.
But yeah, and he's disagreeing. I remember what he's disagreeing about because I actually reposted that video from like 3 years ago. I didn't rewatch it when I reposted it,
Oh.
but because I got the like on this day on Facebook.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
posted something on Facebook that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just cross-posting old gems, you know. But
I love
I
it.
remember he turns pretty strongly towards him, and he's got like 3-4 feminists. I can't remember what he's talking about. Maybe.
I think I saw this one. It was a panel of no, I'm thinking of a different.
No, it's not a panel.
Yeah,
It's just
no, I'm thinking of a different one.
what's the Charlie? What's the? He actually got me too. Charlie.
I don't know.
I don't know. He's got like a talk show.
I don't know.
Very famous. One of the most famous talk shows.
Probably if you say his last name, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's like he's just. We need that kind of charm, and Douglas Murray reminded me. He's so charming.
has it. He's got. So it's weird because I don't think I've ever seen him. I've probably watched 150 hours of Chris Richards.
Yeah.
Right, and read maybe 6-7 books. So like the books are relevant for what I'm going to say, but I've never seen him stumble.
Yeah.
I've never seen him stumble.
Yeah.
In 150 hours of live debating, not one stumble.
Yeah.
Not even when he's going through cancer chemo treatment.
Right.
Not one stumble. Not one blank. Not what that guy was drunk all the time.
Yeah.
No stumble. He was quicker drunk.
It was amazing to listen to.
It's incredible. There's gonna be nobody like him ever again.
I don't think so.
It's impossible. Because I think the level. So what I think fell in love with him at first was you listen to him talk about some subject like religion with somebody else.
Yeah.
And you're like, this guy knows 100 times more than the person he's talking to. It's ridiculous. It's not even close.
I know.
It's like you're gonna try and quote some Bible. He's like, I'm gonna quote 100 more back to you.
Yeah.
And
He was.
I'm gonna have better lines. I'm more prepared. I'm more smooth. I have the crowd in my pocket. I'm gonna make them laugh. I'm gonna make them love me. It's not gonna be a contest. You're gonna be destroyed in seconds.
He was such a big part of my like. Him, Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins. That.
4 Horsemen
Yeah,
of the
4 Horsemen, Daniel Dennett.
atheism.
Was such a big part of like me like retraining my brain
Mm-hmm.
from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Richards was like huge on that.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is that probably is for me as well.
Yeah.
Mine was never retraining. I was an atheist since I was in grade 3.
Yeah.
But I this first book I read where I was like, this guy's brilliant, and I want to go read everything he's done and watch everything he's done.
Yeah.
And I was probably like 20.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember what got me to read it. That's interesting. I would like to know what got me to read it. I have no idea. 20 years old.
For me, I think you introduced me to Chris Richards.
For sure.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
And
But
then I got into Sam Harris. And stuff.
yeah, and I think it's probably all I talked about when I was 20. Like,
Oh, you loved Chris Richards.
Yeah.
You have a tattoo.
yeah,
Yeah.
Black Label,
Yeah.
whiskey bottle,
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette.
No, it's great.
But yeah, I think I just was like, oh, that's what I want to do with my life, being intellectual. Then I was like, later on, like, well, that's stupid.
Especially now.
Well, it's just, you know what it is like, so I took philosophy, and I like, there's a way to do it through philosophy for sure.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't like school.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I like to learn a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like school, classroom setting that much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like being confined to like, this is what you're learning today.
Right. That makes sense.
Christopher Hitchens, what he did, so I read once about how much he drank in a day.
Yeah.
So he would generally wake up, not drink in the morning.
Right.
But around lunch, he would have a bottle of wine. And then you'd have a scotch for the afternoon, and then at dinner, a bottle of wine, and like 2 or 3 scotch. So you'd be like steady buzz pretty much every single day throughout the day. Maybe like 3 hours in the beginning of the day. He had really black like rims around his teeth, very British.
Right.
Like just like lines, black lines in his teeth. I saw him once close because he was doing his health kick. One day at a spa.
Right.
And he got his teeth cleaned and everything, and he just like showed them up close.
How important would he be right now?
Yeah, he'd be important. As like a voice of reason. But it's interesting because like people think they know what his opinion is gonna be.
Yeah, probably not. A lot of people, what would they say? A lot of people think he would like Trump.
Well, they're wrong. They're wrong for sure. I think people think they like Trump because he hated the Clintons.
Right.
He wrote a book called No One Left to Lie To.
But
he exposes like because he went to university with them. I think, or at least in the same same school. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
But I don't know if it's the same year or what. But he had some kind of background, younger knowledge of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing about it. You could dislike the Clintons, it's still not like Trump. I don't know why you have to pick a team.
Well,
It's
he was probably one of the most pragmatic people
Yeah.
who's ever existed. Like he was like he understood this is what I want, and if that person, even though I hate him, will get me it. So he was like that's why he voted for Bush.
Right. Yeah.
Because he was a one-issue voter, Iraq War. He believed wholeheartedly in Iraq War. He actually, so this is the one thing I don't know if I believe it. It's hard to say because it's really easy in retrospect to say Iraq War, bad idea.
Right.
But he
At the time.
yeah. So I'm not gonna know if I can, off the top of my head, do it right now. But he had an argument lined out, which was a very good argument for why he joined the Iraq War.
Yeah.
And so he's like, the UN has some kind of qualification for why you should go into war with the country. One's like they invade a neighboring country. Right. Iraq invaded Kuwait in the 90s. You have weapons of mass destruction. They found to not have them after the war, but they had used them during the war with Kuwait. They used mustard gas.
Right.
Genocide.
A lot of people forget. A lot of people like to harp on the idea that they didn't have anything.
Yeah, but they did have
But they did.
Yeah.
They did. But regardless, yeah, like it ended up being a mess.
Yeah, so the third thing is you commit genocide, which he did on the Kurdish people.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm gonna get them all. But he had done all these. He started all the qualifications the UN says this is where you should. If you have one of these, you should be okay to invade this country.
Right.
He did all of them. I think there were 5 of them.
I just like people being genuine.
Harboring terrorists, another one. Those 4.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And so he was like perfectly okay with taking down a horrible dictator. That's actually what his main goal was always anti-dictatorialship.
Right.
That's always what his goal was. Right. He hated dictators. He had a no holds barred. They should all be killed, taken out of power, removed from power.
Yeah.
Now, would he? Because he died in 2010. Right. We're still not right in 2010. I think just barely because Obama would have been 2 years president, but. Yeah, so
I think it was I don't think his opinion would have changed. Maybe it would have changed if he knew how it would have ended.
Yeah,
we were just stupid on how we were.
But that's what you can't control.
Yeah.
How
I don't think we understood the religious sectarian hatred that was going on there, and we didn't realize that you just take out the warden and fucking hell was gonna break loose. We were stupid, but I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't predict that. But I mean, speaking of politics, ours is falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just looked at polls today. So I think 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Polls were 60% liberals, 30% conservatives. Today, 52-49 conservatives.
Oh really?
That's within 5 days of that the Brown case.
What do you think of that?
So that is interesting because.
I think it's very ironic. It's him.
Yeah. So I'm saying Shane Gillis, not a big deal. But I'm like, this one, I don't know what that's on. I don't get why the left thinks it's a big deal.
Right.
Because.
Well, I get why they think it's a big deal.
I get why it'd be a big deal today. You do it today. I don't know why it'd be a big deal. Why like you can't take a nuanced view that 18 years ago.
Right.
You had different goalposts, right? We had different ideas of how you respect another culture, or you know, your culture is not a Halloween costume. Right. And those things have evolved, right? And people have evolved. People have changed. Yeah. And what I don't like is this idea that it's the same thing actually with Hillary Clinton. They said in the 2016 election, they kept bringing up she didn't vote for same-sex marriage. Yeah. Before, it's like she is now. Yeah. Are people not allowed to change? Oh. People not allowed to evolve?
No. There's no empathy anymore.
There's no empathy. There's no nuance. No. It's like I don't understand why you can't. If you recognize today that was bad. Yeah. Why is that just okay now? Yeah. You recognize what you did before is bad, right?
Well, it's like what we talked about. It's
like your opinion then was bad, and I've evolved since then.
But it's not. It's this. What annoys me about it is, and I'm not a Trudeau guy anymore.
I thought you were gonna say Nazi.
No. After this podcast, some people I might get.
I may goose step out of here. But
I'm not a Trudeau guy, but it annoys me one that the right is jumping on this, and now they're just being.
Yeah, that seems very disingenuous. Yeah. I think Nenshi had a.
It's so
had a really good article. Did you read Nenshi's article on it? He said, so if you think that's bad, right? and you're going to vote conservative because you think that's bad.
Right.
Where's your moral consistency?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're doing stuff bad today.
Set the example that you
Yeah.
keep complaining about.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's like,
that annoys the shit out of me.
yeah, and it's like, Shearer was like,
Oh,
yeah, if you apologize, all good.
Right.
Racist stuff, all good, just apologize.
Yeah.
Except for if you're Trudeau.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then what annoys me with the left is that, again, I hate that we're using this word racist.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not even talking about him, I hate that they're like,
Yes,
that was a racist thing to do.
Yeah, as we were talking about intent.
Yeah.
There has to be some intent.
There has to be intent.
And you have to be empathetic that he was not he was ignorant.
Yes.
But he was not intentionally.
It can't be racist
Yeah.
if he wasn't intending to be racist. The act can't matter.
Right.
If a black guy comes in my store
Mm-hmm.
and I don't serve him
Mm-hmm.
because he's being an asshole and he's disturbing everything and I don't disturb him and I kick him out,
Mm-hmm.
or if I kick him out and shove because he's black,
Mm-hmm.
my intention is what matters, not what the action was.
Yeah.
And if I flip it to this,
Yeah.
what do you call the guy who wears blackface who's trying to make fun of black people? You're gonna call him the same thing you call Trudeau?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
now the word doesn't mean anything.
That's a good point.
It
That's a good point.
annoys me.
There's no levels.
Yeah, there's
Right.
nothing. It's
It's
just
It's
oh, so it's racist.
racist or not racist.
Yeah.
There's no like. Yeah, no, it's maybe not the best thing to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
But
don't do it. It was stupid. Apologize. I mean, you
Yeah,
did something
move on.
stupid.
Okay,
Move
sweet.
on. Move on.
Sweet. Yeah, because I'm okay with him recognizing the fact that
It was
that
stupid.
was a bad choice.
Yeah.
And I've moved on and I've
Sure.
learned that
That's
it's a
all I
bad
wanna
choice
hear.
and that they were living. Great. Not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but the thing
It's gonna be my
was
thing now.
like I read a post.
Everything in the middle. Not that big of a deal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's just like I
It's
kept
pretty much
seeing
everything.
this thing like
Not that big a deal.
people who were like how racist it was.
Mm-hmm.
Not even calling him racist. Even
Mhm.
just calling the act racist bothers me.
Yeah.
It can't be racist if he's not intending to be racist.
Yeah.
Stop using that word. I hate that we throw this word around anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like you really think Trudeau?
Yeah, I think
Trudeau.
I think there needs to be.
It was an Arabian Prince Knight or something like that. He just went over the top with his
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
He was supposed to dress up as an Arabian fucking prince.
Right.
He just went a little over the
Wasn't he?
top.
He was being Aladdin. So he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I can also understand if he's just being a
Yeah.
brown person.
Right. If he was like it was a Halloween costume
Yeah.
and he decided to do that, fine.
But it's a whole group. It's a whole.
That was the
Theme.
theme.
But it's also like he's not just being a brown person. He's being Aladdin.
Yeah.
You know.
It's hard to be Aladdin if you're like skin color or nothing.
Yeah.
But it was just so like. But yeah, again, being in the middle. One of the worst things I heard was conservatives being like, "Oh, fucking yes, fucking Trudeau."
I
Yo,
like many Canadians,
set the
was sickened when I saw that racist act.
Yeah.
And it
Like,
was,
yo,
oh my
even
God.
if you're, because I even see some that are trying to pull the card of like, oh, are they gonna act like they do with everybody else or
Yeah.
whatever? Set the fucking example.
Yeah.
Set the example.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're saying it's not a big deal and move on.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is Fox News talking about Trudeau?
Yeah. I always find when people say like, oh, you're like, if it was the other way around, right?
Yeah.
But then you're also admitting that you did do it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You're admitting that it's wrong.
Yeah. So then,
Yeah.
people on either side always do that.
Yeah.
If it was this other way around,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, well then, but when it was the other way around,
Yeah,
you didn't care.
exactly. Exactly. It's like when I hear people are like, well, Obama did all this,
Yeah.
so it's okay now?
Yeah.
Like, what do you say?
No,
What do you
that's
say?
what's like. That's like, yeah, when like, oh, Obama put like, here's my Trump card. Obama also put kids in cages. So is that
Was it
you're
okay
saying-
then?
Yeah. I don't understand the argument.
Yeah, what do
You're
you
saying
exactly?
because Obama did it,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So you agree,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Obama, you're
Oh,
saying,
let me
you're
get
saying,
this.
you're saying as a conservative, the standard for what is okay is that
Is if somebody else
Obama
did it.
No, that Obama did it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm very confused. I thought you were conservative.
100%.
What? I don't understand.
Ugh.
Obama sets the bar for what's okay?
Yeah. Yep.
My whole
100%.
Democrat conservative thing is mixed up now.
It's so annoying. It's like, just to be right, at first, because I think we agree on this, at first, all I was like annoyed with was the left. I'm like, oh my god, this is getting ridiculous. Now it's like, I'm so annoyed with this anti-left thing.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you're just the same version of them on the other side. Like, I can't listen to Dave Rubin. I can't listen to Candace Owens anymore.
Yeah.
Even though she was a breath of fresh air for me when I first heard her. Now I'm like,
she was awful from day one.
Oh no, I didn't think really. Really?
Yeah.
I thought. Well, okay. Let me just give it a little comment. Yeah. It was nice to hear somebody talking that. I do think there's a sense if you're black, you have to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
And it was nice to hear like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
That's all I meant by that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she just turned into this. Now she's just the fucking same version of them on the, like her whole climate change rant. Like,
yeah.
Shit, but, and then Dave Rubin, same thing. I was like, oh yeah, he left Young Turks. He's gonna start this like cool center thing, and now he's going to Daily Wire.
What's Daily Wire?
Fucking Ben Shapiro's fucking conservatives.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I hate this anti-left thing now.
Yeah, luckily we're arrogant in the middle.
Arrogant in the middle, episode 1.
If we just bring everyone back to the arrogant middle, that's the goal.
That's where you gotta be.
Everyone just meet in the arrogant middle. Everyone sucks.
Yeah.
We all suck.
We all know.
Yeah, you're all dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. We're dumb.
I'm not gonna do a better job than anybody who's gonna be in the White House anyway. I couldn't.
You don't think you can do a better job, Trump?
Well, that's true.
I think you roll dice and do a better job.
That's probably true.
I think he hasn't done anything.
That's probably true.
So nothing's really, other than make scandals.
That's true. I wouldn't be so obvious in my lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be able to like.
I think it's probably. So I was thinking about today that it's probably because there's just like such a hyper crazy environment.
Yeah. That
the more dumb things he does, that the left jumps over and goes, look, he's horrible, he's evil.
Yeah.
The more the right's like, you're just freaking out at everything.
And you can't catch him.
Yeah, you can't catch him. He's done so many things, and he's kind of become immune. Yeah, it reminds me of Mr. Burns when he goes to the doctor, and the doctor goes like, so I call it the Three Stooges disease. They have everything. He tries to push them through the door, and they can't get through the door. The diseases. He's got so many.
The best analogy.
He's got so many that he just can't. But the thing is, Mr. Burns goes, so I'm invincible. He goes, oh no, not even close. You could die at any moment. That's also how I feel about Trump. Any one of those things could kill him.
Well, but they're also the problem is that the things they attack him on are so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's hard to distinguish what's stupid and what's not now. It's like you're living in a crazy world where you're like, yeah, that is crazy, but are they exaggerating it?
No, but they're okay. But here's an example.
You know?
He made a tweet saying, because LeBron James said he'd never go to the White House, and he made a tweet saying, pretty much fuck that guy. I'm an MJ guy anyway.
That's a good tweet.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I agree.
That's the best. That's the best good tweets.
So, listen, I even tweeted once about how clever his fucking tweets are sometimes. The ASAP Rocky one was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
but anyways, people jumped on how racist it was because the two people was Don Lemon and LeBron James, and they were jumping on how racist it was.
What is racist?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like, listen, you can find racist shit that he says. Why? Because now you're just he's like fake news, and he's right.
Yeah.
And now every time he says fake news, they're gonna believe him.
Yeah.
Because you fucking idiots can't decide what you want to pick out on. There's so much shit wrong with this guy, and you're jumping on the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit.
Well, because it's like you make up this like horribleness screen where everything's so horrible.
Yeah. Everything he does is just fucking terrible. Right?
That you blow up everything.
Yeah.
Hard, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to find the
that's
real things. It's like it's.
Well, now that we get to this impeachment thing, so I mean, we were talking before the show, but which I didn't know, but I was worried that this wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And they just elected him president in 2020. But
well, it's 2019 right now.
No, but he'll be president in 2020.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why because he will be impeached or will go to jail.
Right.
It's likely if he doesn't win.
Yeah.
So he's in this like
He's in a
must
fucked up.
win situation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he'll just delay it by 5 years.
Yeah.
But
100%. But I'm worried. What I was worried about, and I didn't know, is that because again I don't know much about it, but when I heard they were trying this impeachment shit, I'm like, oh.
it's just gonna strengthen him.
Yeah, I'm just like,
He's like, yes,
you better fucking
just
have
give
something.
me the power.
Yeah.
You let me feed
I'm
on
like,
it.
because if this doesn't work, because the people you're trying to win over,
It's like he gets more powerful the more the left hates him.
Yeah, that's what
It's like he absorbs their hatred and gets more
100%.
stronger.
100%.
Yeah.
Every single time, what he's so genius about is he's so good at one. He picks the people who he says is going to represent the left, who are the ridiculous people, and makes them the representation of the left. And everybody's like, the left is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right? He's so good at it. But anyways, I was like, when I saw this, I was like, okay, this better be something. I don't know anything about it. But if it's not, because there's going to be people who vote for Trump no matter what.
Yeah.
There's going to be people who vote Dem no matter what. You're trying to win those people who didn't vote back, and if they feel like politics, they can't trust it anymore.
He's immune to regular politics. He's immune to regular politics.
That's what I'm saying.
Full stop, he's immune.
Yeah.
But the DOJ made it, I think it's DOJ, made it very, very clear. You, as a sitting president, cannot ask another foreign power to influence your election with information.
Right.
That's illegal. That's just straight up illegal.
He does some shady shit.
And then he released a transcript where he was very clearly asking a foreign power for information on Joe Biden or Joe Biden's son.
Yeah.
Now, he thinks because he didn't do any quid pro quo, like if you give me information, I'll give you some back, it's okay.
Yeah.
But no, they were very clear. Just the fact of asking, that's illegal.
Well,
and so that's why the impeachment seems like a different case than it did before.
Okay, then I'm fine with that.
This seems slightly different. This seems like, because they released a transcript that was 5 pages long, but it was 30 minutes, right? But it was only 5 pages long.
Right.
Which maybe, I think like 4.5 minutes of conversation.
Right.
So they had to fit 25 minutes out.
Right.
So of that 5 minutes, what they chose to show still showed something that's clearly impeachable.
Yeah.
Right? And even then, he said his argument, there's no quid pro quo.
Right.
There was quid pro quo. He implied that the U.S. does a lot for Ukraine, and if you would get this information, they would continue to do a lot.
I hope they get them. But you know what I'm also worried about?
They can't get them though. I saw it, I don't know who it was, but someone on Twitter was like, what is the actual plan? Okay, you start the impeachment process,
right? But
you have a Senate who has to impeach still.
Right.
It's controlled by conservatives, Republicans,
and we know that they're going to stand by them.
Yeah,
because they want the power.
Well, it's not even that. It's just you just don't. In the U.S., so in Canada, sometimes there's like they rebel against their leader. Sometimes,
right?
In the U.S., never.
Right.
Never happens.
No, never.
It doesn't happen.
You're there.
Especially not now. It used to happen. I actually saw a really cool infographic that showed how many times they voted against their party.
Yeah.
And it's like pretty often.
Yeah.
A little often to not too often to
never.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's
like over the last 100 years.
Yeah, but you know what I was thinking about too? Let's just say it works.
Yeah.
He gets impeached.
Yeah.
And he's got a big following.
Yeah. And
when he got elected,
I
the
think
left went crazy.
He becomes president when you get impeached.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. No, but
I think that's all that happens.
When he got the election, the left went crazy and all the crazy lunatics went out and started being crazy and Antifa fucking started being insane, right? Scares me a little bit if there's a backlash to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think crazy...
Well, there'd be a backlash if he wins too, so...
Yeah, but Antifa's not scary to me. Like that, left progressives don't scare me. Like blue hair, like wearing masks and stuff. What scares me is the other side, who have all the guns and shit.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a backlash on that side, that's a little more scary.
Well, yeah, wasn't there...
That's a little scarier.
Didn't they take over a city? Right? They did, right? When Obama was president, was it Obama or was it... like near the end of his term.
I think it was near the end of his term. I know what you're talking
They
about.
took over an entire city.
Dude, that's way scarier.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a backlash to him getting impeached, because the whole Trump support is they think everything's fake.
Yeah.
They legit think if he gets impeached, we're in fucking war with this government now.
Yeah.
It scares the shit out of me. I'm like, I almost think like just beat him at the ballot box.
Mm-hmm.
Just win it back from the ballot box.
Right.
Don't stir shit up.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but yeah, because it's like.
Because that's fucking scary.
Yeah.
There's a backlash.
Well, it's like, okay, you do the impeachment.
Yeah.
The VP's now president.
Yeah, now you got Pence, right?
Same thing.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Nothing. So why not?
So it's like as you're saying.
Why not just win back people?
Yeah, because so it's like a pirate victory. Have you heard of a pirate victory?
No.
It's where the cost of winning was so tough.
Right.
That you didn't really win at all.
Right.
So
right,
getting the impeachment would be like a pirate victory.
Right. I agree.
You didn't really win because there's going to be so much anarchy and turmoil and probably rebellion on the right.
Yeah.
Like scary things.
Yeah, scary things. And
and
normally
so was it worth it? Was it worth it? Why don't you just wait till the election?
Exactly. Because
what did you actually get out of that?
Well, yeah,
right?
I feel like you just stirred shit up. And
yeah.
Like, now you're gonna try to win an election.
That's true. What is the point of it? Because in Canada, if you lose vote of confidence, which is similar to an impeachment, but not really, because vote of confidence is on a bill.
Right.
But you lose power. There's an election.
Right.
It's very strange in the U.S. In an impeachment, there isn't an election.
No.
It's just the VP becomes president.
Right. So the way
what
they're
did you really
win?
win?
Yeah.
What did you really win?
And what normally I'd be like, well, fuck him. If he's doing something legal, he's got to go. But we're in such a time where I feel like the left has a big. They were part of the problem in him getting elected in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to own some of this.
Yeah.
And I just feel like right now you need to win back the Americans.
Yeah. Rather
than. Because this is going to fucking split them in half. Like, if this impeachment goes through, it's going to be so fucking.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
It's like. Why not just win the fucking election?
I wonder if you could track the separation, the bipartisanship of the left and the right in the U.S. to Nixon getting impeached,
right?
To Clinton getting impeached, and then say Trump, to Trump getting impeached, and you can see that it's really
so
split.
Different, yeah.
Because if you really think about impeachment, it is really just we hate you.
Yeah, but it is.
I mean, there's some argument that the Watergate was probably a good impeachment.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
100%.
Now, he quit before he was ever impeached.
Right.
But Clinton, he got a blowjob. Not that big of a deal.
They're all getting blowjobs.
Not that big of a deal. Right? And so, he actually got overturned.
Arguably, Senator.
So he got it overturned, right? So he actually never got it. So no presidents actually have ever gotten impeached.
Right.
But I feel like because you're going through the process of embarrassing this other side. That's really what it is. It's a victory.
Yes.
It's a victory that doesn't actually do anything because the VP just becomes president.
Right.
So the side still is president.
And all what you did is you angered one side.
Right.
You're not.
You separated.
You separated. Yeah. Now you're in a worse spot.
Yeah.
Because who are you gonna appease?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just win back the fucking people?
Yeah.
Win back the center.
Yeah.
That's all you have to win.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people who vote Republican no matter what. There's gonna be people who vote Dem no matter what. Win back the people that you forgot about. Because that's what I think this is. Trump was just a failure of the left.
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
I
think that's a very unnuanced position to take. Certainly a big part of it where people were rebelling against like PC culture, but I think there's a lot more to do with it.
No,
I think a big part to do with it was Hillary was a weak candidate.
100%. If it was Obama, he doesn't win. I agree.
Because that's one there's also some level of racial stuff in it or sexist stuff in it.
Maybe. Probably some of that.
Yeah.
But the reason
I say a lot of discussions about it, about the varying factors that went into it.
The reason that I say left it is not just the anti-PC, but there was a class of people you forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was the start of the split.
Yeah, well, I think Hillary decided not to go in certain states that had predominantly white farmers, or and she thought she was a lock in those areas,
Right.
the blue collar farmer.
Yeah.
Because historically Democrats did well there.
Yeah.
But
and again, her being like it was just. That's why I say they lost it rather than him winning it. Because one, people didn't go out and vote. The Russian thing had a big.
If you actually compare 2016 to 2000 or 2012 to 2016, Republicans lost a little bit of votes.
Yeah.
They actually didn't win votes.
Yeah.
They didn't increase the votes. It's just Hillary lost a ton of votes.
Yeah.
So like if it was Obama, same numbers, he would have won.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what, like the fact that she couldn't get people to go out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you're saying. So it's also a
they
PC
failed.
thing.
Yeah, it's not just a PC thing. It's
But
that
it's
left
also
failed.
they just didn't show up. They didn't show up.
They failed.
Yeah.
They didn't put out a good candidate.
Well, I know a lot of
They forgot a lot of people. The PC thing, people were getting
Democrats had some inside job against Bernie.
Yeah, that was another thing, right? So so that's another thing too.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw a lot of shade on this impeachment.
Yeah.
Are you all willing to fucking be as transparent as you fucking claim you're gonna be? You all have some dirt. For sure you do.
Yeah, I got some dirt.
Yeah, so do I. I don't know. It's fucking
go through my browser history.
I know. You know what Sam was like? Sometimes I'm like, I can fucking run for something. No, I can't.
No, I can't.
No. They find some shit on me.
Yeah, I've done too many drugs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check if it's still
Oh, yeah.
Are we good?
Oh, we're good?
Good.
Alright.
Close her off with some thought experiments.
Oh, this is good. Yes.
Do you understand like what the actual argument for a simulated universe is?
Okay, let me give you the thought experiment that I heard. And
you summarize what you think it is.
Okay. This is the thought
And I'll
experiment.
arrogantly tell you you're wrong.
Okay, this is fair enough. Okay, so this is the one I heard.
Yeah.
This is a thought experiment. So, the first premise that you have to...
Wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think at some point in the future... So, at some point in the future, do you think it's possible that we've come up with, let's say, some kind of virtual reality where you couldn't tell the difference from it being real?
Yes.
Okay. If you accept that premise,
then
you have to accept the premise that you don't know you're not in one.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So that was the thought experiment I heard. That we don't actually know if it's possible that the future has it.
Yeah.
You can't know that you're not in one now.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I think there's a missing component.
Okay. Sure.
And it's a very important component.
Okay.
Those two things are true. There's two premises, but there's a third premise.
What's that?
That's why I said you're wrong, because you missed the third premise
fuck?
before you ever said it.
I'm the stupid one.
But no, so the third premise is, then you would understand that you can make an infinite amount of those universes, simulated universes.
Right.
So then it would follow that statistically, it's more likely you're in a simulated one.
Right.
Because you can make an infinite amount.
Right.
And you would, the same way people
Yeah.
play an infinite amount of video games, or like, there's an infinite amount of people or universe you can make who could make other ones, and it's just like would continue on forever.
It's the probability of you being in a simulated one than a real one.
Because there's only one real one.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And it would be an infinite amount of simulated ones. Because in the simulated ones, like if we're in a simulated one, we're going to eventually have the technology to make a simulated universe.
Right.
So
we're going to make that.
So it would go on for infinity,
Right.
So it's very likely that you would be in a simulated universe rather than the one real one.
Right.
If you accept all those premises.
Right. Yeah, the one real one is the one that, like, you've heard the many worlds theory, where there's many different universes.
Yeah.
Where every decision everybody makes gets split off.
Right.
So there's all those universes.
Yeah.
Is this on like the outside of that?
They're just separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't really
okay.
or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I totally agree. It's very interesting to think about that. We could be in, like, one thing I heard a guy saying is that we're almost in like a game for people in the future to look at how people acted in the past.
Yeah.
That they're like, let's see how people put people in.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because if you think of like, if we do it all the time with machine learning, we just let it run.
Right.
We just let it run. So that could be a complete
thing
that we're doing. It's just computer simulation.
Yeah.
And we're just letting it run.
Yeah.
and then they're going to analyze the data and kind of see what they did.
Yeah.
Because they can be like, because time is all relative, sort of matter. So
Right.
they can just this whole thing, this whole universe,
Yeah.
takes a couple seconds for them to run, and they figure out maybe they figure out where did they die off.
Yeah.
Or some kind of data analysis, you know. So they're just running simulations and trying it out.
Or maybe is there a prize for people who figured it out?
Yeah, like the Matrix.
Like, do we get to come out now because we figured it out?
Yeah. I mean, you know what's really good?
What?
Animatrix.
I never seen.
You've never seen Animatrix?
No, that's the in between stuff, right? Like they made this like for the in between stuff between the movies.
Yeah. So they made an Animatrix to tell the story of how the robots took over.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Very cool.
No, I didn't watch
And
it.
it got me very excited for 2 and 3. Which
Oh, so it actually came out before.
it did.
Oh,
I think it came
I
out on DVD, not even in theaters.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
that those existed. I
So
just
it's
never
like
watched
it's like a clip show. It's like there's 5 or 6 short stories.
Oh.
If you like The Matrix, you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's way better than number 2 and 3.
You hear they're making a fourth one?
I did hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be about because he died at the end. Trinity died as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she died.
Yeah,
Or did she? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Did you like the last two?
No.
Yeah.
No.
They were.
No.
No, it was
No.
awful.
I didn't really get it either.
I didn't get the last
Was
one.
I
for
too
sure.
young to get it? I don't remember. I remember reading a lot of theories, and I think there was just not a lot to get. It was kind of just like, because if you look at their other movies, they're not so great.
Yeah.
They're not great filmmakers.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like Matrix feels like one of those things that someone else, like there's a director's cut that sucks.
Yeah.
Someone else somehow got their hands on this and made it good.
Yeah.
Because they're just not good at making things good.
Yeah. Well, I think, and they probably made the first Matrix.
Well, I'm
They
thinking
didn't have like a. They just had this middle part. They just made this movie, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it blew up. So they're like, "Fuck! Now we got to figure out."
Well, they had a full movie, and then they got the studios like, let's pay you for more story. But they're like, but we finished the story.
No, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't have like the outside of the story
Yeah, it was
because
done.
they just made this movie.
Yeah, it's done. The story's done.
Yeah.
There is no 2 and 3.
Yeah. And then they had to make these fucking
Yeah.
this weird ass shit that.
Right, so they had to kind of just jerry rig the story into it, you know? And they probably had a whole life to make that first one.
Yeah.
And then they had like 2 years to make the 2 and 3.
Well, it's like musicians, right?
Yeah.
The first
First
album
album's
was the
their
best.
whole life, yeah. It's interesting because it's, for novelists, it's usually the 4th, 5th novel, the best.
Because it's what practice.
It's practice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But there maybe is a diminishing returns for musicians, or like there's only so much you have to get to, I don't know.
Well, because what I imagine it is like, especially for musicians,
Yeah.
is that the pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and this is probably for writing too.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure, like when you're writing out, you have your lifetime to write this album,
Mm-hmm.
and you're doing it because you want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden you blow up. Well, now, we need to fucking do one
Mm-hmm.
in 2 years. We need it to
Yeah.
sound like this.
Yeah.
And now you got this. You're not writing because you want to write. You're writing because you have a
I
pressure.
think that's true, but
Yeah.
I also think there's a different thing with music,
Yeah.
where freshness is very important in music.
Right.
And so musicians are stuck between a catch-22.
Right.
They can't do the same stuff because it's not fresh.
Right.
And nobody wants to hear the same thing, but they also do want to hear the same thing.
Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
Fucking last 2 albums, I didn't like at all.
No?
No.
Like
Because I wanted the fucking-
In there. Make sure you
I
guys
want to
got
make
this
sure I
one.
got that out there. I like the fucking sound that they had. That's what I liked about them.
Yeah.
I liked that they were like they said they didn't want to be the fucking the fiddle group or whatever.
Yeah.
Not fiddle,
Yeah.
whatever that guitar
Fiddle
was.
group, I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh.
They didn't want to be that group anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that group. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. But if you just heard another same album with kind of like the same songs, it's just different
No,
lyrics.
if that wasn't Mumford and Sons, it was probably a good album.
Uh-huh.
But when it was Mumford and Sons, I'm like, well, you have to sound like this.
That's why I'm saying it's a catch-22.
Yeah,
Because you want it to sound the same. But
Yeah.
if you got the same album, you're like, oh, I want something a little new, I guess. But you didn't know, like, it's hard to. I think they're stuck.
Yeah.
Because it's new sounding, so someone falls
Yeah.
in love with them.
Yeah.
But they want something different that's the same.
Like that's what I'm saying.
It's
Like
impossible.
I'm probably being unfair to the album because the album, if it was like a new band who put that album out,
Mm-hmm.
it probably would have been like, it's a good album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool sound.
What-
But because it's Mumford and Sons, I'm like, you have to
Do you
sound
have
like
do you have an album off the top of your head that they changed their sound in the second, but you still like the second one the most? So you fell in love with the first sound, and then from album to album they changed it, and the second album you love
like
it
I like
more.
their new sound.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, like that chick.
I could think of like an old. This is like OG high school you.
Yeah.
But I liked when Collective Soul.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah,
I didn't know you were gonna say that, but once you said the old high school, yeah.
I liked album
Mm-hmm.
Dosage.
Yeah.
Was one of my favorite albums they did. It was like their fourth one.
Yeah.
It was a new sound for them.
Yeah.
I like that better than their old shit.
Right.
When they changed
I
it.
don't remember the albums enough.
Dosage is the one that had like Tremble from a Love.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Heavy, I like.
Yeah.
Heavy was my favorite song.
Heavy. I think Compliment was on there.
Yeah.
That was a great song.
I think that was your favorite song.
It was one of my I love that song. It was just
What? That was the first album or the second album?
No, that was like their fourth album.
But it was the second in the series that you.
Oh
said
yeah.
Yeah.
Because all the albums before that sounded pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is Brand New. You know the band Brand New?
No.
No?
No.
Like emo band?
That's why I don't know who they are.
No? Well, because they had this first album, Fear for Weapon, was very, very emo.
Yeah.
Second album, Deja and Tantu, a little bit emo. And third album was more like modern rock.
That was better.
Very good. That's the best album. That one got a raging inside me.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So, because there is probably a sense of like,
and most emo bands died out, but they evolved enough.
Right.
To continue on.
and you probably have to.
But in their fourth album, Daisy.
Not great.
Nah. Don't
But,
like it.
okay, but this
Don't
is the
like
trick
it.
now. Because now what they do, because now you become this group where
Fifth
like,
album, don't even want to listen at all.
No, but let's look at like U2.
Mm-hmm.
So U2 is a good example. They'll just fucking change their sound depending on the times, right? Now they've just created this thing where they can go back and make an album like their old shit,
And
everybody's like,
unless you
oh,
put it on
old
your
school
iPad
U2
or iPod. Unless it's permanently on your iPod, then nobody wants to listen to it.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Don't give me that free shit.
Yeah. Don't give me your music for free. I don't want it.
Fuck you, man. If I don't pay for it, it's not good.
You know what's funny? They probably thought, from a marketing standpoint,
Genius.
gee, because I would have. As a marketing person,
Doesn't like Chance
I
the
would
Rapper do that?
yeah, I would have been like, oh, people would love it. Give me the album for free.
Yeah.
That's a gangster move.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. You just gave your music for free to everyone? Wow. Wow. And everyone's like, fuck you. Don't you give your music for free? How dare you?
Shit. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I want the option
Yeah.
to like this music.
yeah. Because but you know what it is? You know why? I think the idea, sound.
Right.
But they did it in a time when nobody has music on their phone.
Yeah.
So the only album you had was that album.
Yeah.
That was it.
Somebody was like, I want a CD.
Yeah. Send everyone a CD. I don't
Yeah.
know. But like every time you play music on an accident or something,
Yeah.
fucking song comes on. You're like, what? Don't give me this.
Like, yeah, if they did that now,
Yeah.
it'd be genius. Well, I guess now
no. Now
Yeah.
it'd be because you're like, think of streaming.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
streaming.
No, but I think then it was when streaming was still big, right?
I don't think it was a thing, no. I don't think
Oh,
Apple Music was a thing. They just put it onto the iTunes. Now, streaming is like, all music's free as long as you have a subscription.
That's what I was saying. I think they did it in a time where you didn't have because I remember.
I think they did it at a time when you had to
Remember-
buy albums still. On iTunes, didn't you? Remember when you had to buy the
I feel like it
album?
wasn't that long ago because I feel like people were. I imagine people in cars in like 2000. Is that 2011? 2010?
No, because
How long ago was that?
I don't remember, but what it is now is you pay $10 and everything
It was on
Apple
phones though, not a iPod. It was on iPhones.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
if it was before streaming, because now what streaming is that you pay $10 a month
Right.
and you get all the music for free anyway. So
Oh.
they wouldn't have been different.
I think
What they
I
did
think
is
it was
when
in
you
a time where you could have music on your like you're right. You had to buy.
You had to buy the album
Yeah. You
on
had to,
iTunes.
yeah. You had to buy the music to get on your phone.
They put it on your phone.
Now you could have also put it on your phone, like using iTunes, and you put the music
Yeah,
on
yeah,
iTunes.
yeah.
But nobody did that. I think everyone
Yeah.
saw it on iPods.
Yeah, you still have to buy it.
Yeah, no, but put people on iPods, so they put all the music on an iPod and on
Yeah,
their
yeah.
phone. So the phone had no music, but except for that album.
Yeah, and they just put it
Because
on.
you had it on your iPod.
Everybody's
Now,
like, fuck
now it would be the same because you don't have any music on your thing anyway, right? But there was a middle ground where people they didn't use iPods anymore. They used their phone. They had all the music on the phone.
Right.
Before streaming, but after iPods. That was the perfect time.
You know what's gonna be hilarious? Is we're probably remembering this all wrong.
I have no idea.
There's gonna be like,
I'm making it up. I'm making it up.
They're gonna be like, that's not even what happened.
Yeah. It could have been way longer.
Yeah.
It could have been last year. I don't remember.
I just remember they did that.
Yeah.
So I actually don't remember.
I'm trying to come up with why it was a big deal, but
Yeah.
I remember people would be in cars and they would play music and that album would come on an accident all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it was?
What?
When you attach to your phone
Yeah.
and it resets, like in a car, and it resets and plays the first song.
It was
It was that album. So it's like you don't have music on there, but it's just on default to the iPod player. Or even if you're on streaming, if you're streaming music, it would reset, and then you go hit play again, like it would disconnect from the phone or from the car,
And then
and it would play the song again, like whatever it was because there was only album on there. I remember that happening in the car like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, not that long ago, and it being super annoying. You just kept hearing the same.
So maybe that's what it is? We just made it a bigger deal than it is?
Yeah.
We're just like, they fucking made us all buy it. Oh, well.
Alright.
So, new podcast name?
Yeah.
Are we going with that?
I like arrogantly in the middle.
Okay, let's do
Is that what it was? Arrogantly in the middle?
Yeah, arrogantly in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind that at all. I like it. I like it. It was organic. It was
Yeah,
organic.
I like it too. That's what we're gonna call it. I think
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we're calling it. I just gotta make a new Gmail account for it now.
Well, I literally make one a week
I know. I'm always like,
for all my porn.
50 in my inbox? No, I'm gonna make a new one.
No, I make one from clients. Because whenever I sign up to all the clients,
Oh,
I
that's what
make
you
a
meant.
random
I'm like,
Gmail.
no, I make new ones for myself all the
Yeah,
time. I'm like, I
I'm
have
a
a
freak.
Alright, that's it, I guess. We did it. Oh, fuck yeah, that was a good one.
Alright.
Not bad. We cut that one up. Hour and 16 minutes.